We got lots to do today, man. Lots. You see the front page of the paper today? This divorce story?
This is a biggie.
We want to go rah-rah for this guy, but then we see who his lawyer is, and now we're in a quandary.
I'm not.
A bit of a quandary.
Screw him.
Screw the guy?
Screw the guy. Make him give her his kidney.
But you got to support the guy every time in divorce cases. Sorry, ladies, but, the guys get screwed out there. We all know that by now. And I know a few women will go, well, no, not in my case. I had to pay.
I was the one that ended up, all right, miss 1 in a million.
No
Shut
kidding.
it.
We do get a couple. We'll acknowledge that. But then the phones are just lit for over an hour with guys just getting screwed left and right in these divorce cases.
And the reason the girl walks away getting taken in a divorce is because you married a bum. You married a bum.
You know what we're going to do? Because we don't want to rush through this story. When we get back, we're going to tell you what this man wants back from his wife in the divorce case. This is wonderful. This is a wonderful little case.
Yep.
And we'll talk about that in just a few minutes. We're just warming up here.
Representing him?
Well, that's where the problem comes in, right?
Yeah.
And the phone number, 877-212-0&A, just getting started. Opie and Anthony. All right, so there's a divorce case going on, and, God, we love what this guy's trying to accomplish. We hate his lawyer, though.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
That's the thing that threw me.
Simple as that, but let's get right into the story here.
When I donated, the next day I was on my feet.
I guess it needs a setup, unfortunately.
It certainly needs a setup.
All right. Husband is talking here how he gave his wife a kidney.
Isn't it amazing? The odds were astronomical that he would be able to supply a kidney for this woman's failing kidneys.
Mm-hmm.
1 in 700,000.
And she had rejected 2 previous transplants.
Yeah.
Wait, so this guy was almost a perfect match?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And what are the odds of that,
Right.
But then, she gets his kidney, and apparently she had rejected, 2 other kidneys? But she wasn't rejecting other organs, that's for sure, because they,
you know what? That's pretty good, though.
Because she was an adulteress.
Yeah.
After she got this kidney, she decided she was going to just start cheating on the guy.
According to this guy, she was cheating with a physical therapist. And what else? There was all sorts of...
some of the other guys she was cheating with.
All sorts of shenanigans going on.
Yeah.
But here's the story. The guy talking about how he gave his wife a kidney.
When I donated, the next day I was on my feet, going down the hallway to go visit her in the adjoining room. There is no
having
greater
sex
feeling.
with the doctor.
Can you imagine?
That's what I thought he was going with that. I walked in the room and
She was taking her medication orally.
Yes.
And what I mean by medication is...
The doctor was giving her pure protein, saying it helped the kidney.
Right.
There is no greater feeling in this planet. God is my witness. I felt as if I could put my arm around Jesus Christ.
Wow.
It was an unbelievable...
Really?
I was walking on a cloud.
Wow.
Do you
With
do
his
that?
head in the clouds, Dr.
Huh?
Do you do that with Jesus? You just put your arm around him and go, hey, Jesus.
Want to go get a brew?
Hey, buddy.
buddy boy.
Shouldn't you be show a little bit more reverence for me, Jesus?
Yeah. Like I could just smack him on the ass and go, hey, thanks.
Yeah. He's not a guy in a bar you're bonding with, you idiot.
Yeah.
Supposedly the Son of God, according to some of us.
I hate the people that have a reference point for Jesus, like he lives in the clouds or something.
Yeah.
Enough with that.
Was walking on the clouds.
If there is like a Jesus or a God or whatever you believe in, stop with the reference point.
And
It's all encompassing. It's all around you.
Not building these wonderful pearly gates on water vapor in the sky.
Right above the clouds. Why do we need a reference point for this stuff?
It comes from the ancient times when people didn't know crap.
Yeah.
They thought, it lives on the clouds.
Yeah, does it?
Does it? It's water vapor, dummy.
Just makes for a better story.
Yeah.
A better fairy tale, as some people believe out there.
Well, originally they thought Christ lived in Marvin Gardens, and then they felt that was just not, didn't sound holy enough.
No, it
They
doesn't.
said, all right, put him in the clouds.
But with his head in the clouds, Dr. Batista's world came quickly crashing down. He says shortly after the transplant, his wife began cheating on him. The couple is now in the middle of a bitter divorce battle, but most of all, Dr. Batista wants his kidney back, or at least what it's worth.
In theory, we actually asked for the return.
That voice
And this is
making
where we
me
hate
cringe.
the story.
I've heard this voice. I've heard this voice in a courtroom, and it gives me a tummy ache.
It's Dominic Barbara.
It is him, right?
Yes,
who
he's
represented
representing the
Anne's
man.
ex, but now representing this guy, right?
Yeah, he's representing the guy. He, of course, was representing my ex. Yuck. And now he's, I guess, trying to get the financial value of the kidney.
What a jerk.
Well, he is good with certain parts of the body. Because I know what he did to me. I couldn't sit down for a week. And
he attempted to take a few parts of your body
he went for
in the process.
He went for the lungs.
Well, yeah.
You go for the lungs. Why not go for the kidney? Bastard.
He attempted to get your
Yeah. Yeah, took the scrot and everything.
I like to call it the bully balls.
Oof.
In theory, we actually asked for the return of the kidney. But of course, he wouldn't really ask for that. But the value of it.
The asking price for the kidney, $1.5 million.
Something of an idea of what the value is to get something that would keep you on your feet and not prevent you and prevent you from being disabled, being at home, going to dialysis 3 times a week for 3 hours at a clip.
But what is the future earnings of the kidney? There's a potential future earnings for a kidney.
But with his head in the clouds, Dr. Batista's world came quickly
Yeah, okay. I was making sure that we play that.
Yeah.
So that's a wonderful story today, huh?
Yeah, wow. Boy, that is a kick in the ass, though, for the guy. It's not an easy choice to be like, if your wife needs a kidney, I always wonder that, wife or brother or someone close to you needs a kidney and you're a match. It's like, oh, God, I got to be a match. Now you got to make that decision. Are you going to be give the kidney guy?
There's no decision to be made. I mean,
what?
You have to do it.
Do you?
Yes.
There are other people out there. What about some guy you give a kidney and then you find out the next day some stupid teen wrecked his car, chopped his head off in the wreck, and he's a perfect match.
But you're going to sit there and let your loved one sit in the hospital waiting for that moment, hopefully, to happen?
Right till the bitter end, maybe.
I mean, I would give it in a second. I wouldn't be happy about it. I'd be like, oh, this is scary and something I wasn't looking forward to doing. But I think you just got to step up and do it right away.
I'd be like, I don't think I'm a match.
You would be really freaked out to the point.
Not a match.
What would be the odds that you would actually do it?
I probably wouldn't.
Really?
Yeah, it would depend on who it is. I guess
it's one of either your sister
probably
or your
brother or sister. That's probably the only case where I would. Mom, getting too old. Waste of a good kidney.
Seriously?
Yeah. She would want. She would want my kidney. She'd be go get out of here. I'm old. Screw you.
Wow.
I wouldn't. No. Why would I give her a kidney?
Because she's your mom.
Yeah.
And she needs it.
She's getting up there. Screw it.
Jimmy, what are the odds you would do it? For your sister, your mother, your father, your nephew?
Sister and nephew, yes.
Yeah. I'd go to, like, Haiti and buy a kid for $300.
Throw it in a cooler and come back home?
Yeah.
Parents, I don't know. Like you said, they're old.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
There's a lot of things that I asked for that didn't receive.
Tell her to get a Van Heusen kidney.
Exactly.
Thanks.
Remember all those sweaters?
I think it's a no-brainer. I think it's a no-brainer.
It's a kidney.
Yeah. I'll be honest. I'll be really freaked out, and I'm not happy that I'm going down that road. But I know of somebody. I have to keep it vague. This person needed a kidney. The brother was a perfect match.
Yeah.
And the brother said no effing way.
Wow.
And he was young. He was like 19 or 20 at the time.
Yeah.
This person had to go outside the family, even though her brother was a perfect match, get a kidney from somewhere else.
Oh,
and it's just been horrific ever since. The kidney was rejected. Goes back. Now she needs another kidney. or she's going to die. Goes back to the brother. Hello, can you help me out? Brother still says no.
Does he not like her, though?
Huh?
Does the brother just dislike his sister? What's the relationship?
It seemed like it was, a regular family for the most part.
Yeah.
So then the father taking out ads all over Long Island, begging and pleading, my daughter needs this, even though he knows his son is a perfect match. The guy put out ads in Newsday and was nailing things up all over town. Finally, the father was so desperate he gave his own kidney to his daughter, even though he wasn't even close to a match.
How they do?
As the brother sat there the whole time.
How they do that?
With all sorts of rejection drugs and stuff. They, when you get into these situations, you do what let's give this a shot instead of fade away and die.
How'd it work?
I don't know because we're not in touch with this person anymore.
If any story I've heard could have had an ending that I would be interested in.
I know. I'm
that
sorry.
That one.
You know what? I could probably get.
Almighty.
I probably could get an ending to that.
That
story.
was like watching The Godfather, and it ends while Michael is standing Godfather over the baby, and you don't know what happened with family business.
The end.
I can tell you this much. I would have to assume that this person is still living. I would have to assume, but I don't know. What kind of medical issues, she's having because she's got the father's kidney instead of the brother's kidney.
I'd like to. It's really.
I would know if she's not around anymore. So she's still living.
It's easy to go ahead. The brother's a dick, and he might be, but it's like who knows what she's like? Does she do drugs? Like is she just
nope.
No.
Nope. Just a very, very unfortunate situation for her. Just one of these diseases that actually is really rare, and he passes the first time, and then you're passing the second time, knowing that she's like wasting away, and the father's sitting there like, holy crap, this is my daughter. And he's sitting there,
mess.
And he's sitting there living in the house still. He's not even on his own doing his own thing. It's like,
I don't know though. Giving a kidney, it's like, you're on a 767 and one engine goes.
I know.
Like, all right, we could still fly, but
look, it's rough.
I'm just on one here.
it's a rough thing to think about, that's for sure. But I don't know, man. I mean, for my brothers and sisters, in a second.
Really?
Yeah, I wouldn't be happy.
You got a lot of them, too, so odds are.
Oh, no kidding.
Oh, God.
How many do I have these days?
These days?
I'm one of 7. And none of them have passed, but, growing up, I had extra sisters and people living in the attic, so I don't know. I don't know who I count and who I don't these days.
I don't know. And, both my brother and sister just have babies, so maybe they're a match.
The babies?
Who cares? Grow your own organ donors. That's what I say.
You're the worst.
Come on.
Matt on Long Island. And what if Opie needed a kidney? Please. The answer would be no. Who am I kidding?
Opie needs $10, I question it.
I'm not stupid. Gabe, well, here we go. We got the stories coming in. Mark in Sarasota, Florida. Mark.
Good morning.
Good morning. Wait, someone's saying hold on. Someone is saying I told an E-Rock story. What does that mean? Because it had no ending?
Well, E-Rock stories normally have no beginning or middle either. But maybe just because it was...
I think that was a good story. And I'll give you guys an update. I'll find out more.
Yeah.
Opie, quickly, also, people are questioning whether your brother would print up I Got Opie's Kidney T-shirts to sell at events.
A cartoon kidney with like a funny face on it?
Yeah.
Yes, of course. Wow.
Sure.
Wow logo on it.
Yeah. Wow, I gave a kidney. Go ahead, Mark.
Yeah, about 2 years ago, I got the call that my sister is on dialysis and she needed a transplant, and that the family members would now get tissue typed to see if it was a match. And turned out I was the only one that was healthy enough, and
Lucky you.
I got to do it. And I wasn't real happy about it. But Opie's right. It's you just have to. There's no way that you can say no.
No, it's weird. Let's say, God forbid, somebody in my family needs a kidney, and we all go in for that tissue testing.
Yeah.
And you're not a match. And then you go to them like, man, I was ready to.
I was
right there. I was ready for them to wheel me down the hall for you, bro. But unfortunately, I'm not a match. But inside, you're like, thank God.
Also on Pal
Thank
Talk,
God I don't have to make that decision.
people questioning whether Steve would put a Foundry logo on the kidney before it was transplanted.
And he'd have it put in the wrong part of the body. You wouldn't know how to navigate through the body to get to it.
Yeah. Now go find your kidney.
It's easy to search for.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, they did give me a little gold-plated tie tack in the shape of a kidney and a T-shirt that says that I was a kidney donor. So
Wait, they do not do that.
Yeah, they do.
That's an insult.
Tie tack.
That's an insult. So how has it been since?
The first 3 or 4 months, it was pretty rough, but ever since then, I'm doing really well, and I'm really healthy, and she is too, although she started skimping on her anti-rejection medication, and we were a really good match, and so she started to get what they call an acute rejection, which is because she was skimping on her meds, but she's back on it now, and she's learned her lesson.
How annoying is it, by the way, when you give up a kid?
Extremely annoying.
Yeah, he already knows what you're going to say, but go ahead, Jim.
Oh, no, I was going to say, wait, did you think I was going to say when you give a kidney and then she's not upkeeping what she's supposed to?
Yeah.
Exactly.
No, I meant how annoying is it when you give a kidney and it's rejected for whatever reason? Maybe not even that.
Oh, my, can you imagine?
It's like they can't get it back, can they?
You're like, well, give it back to me. It was working fine in my body.
Yeah, you want to just look at their dumb body. So did you call her screaming?
No, I just kind of kept my mouth shut because, what's she going to do? She made a mistake.
All right. Thank you, Mark. Listen, the phones are lit, 877-212-08. People want to talk about this for a little bit, and I'll tease this. I got a friend. Wait till you hear about his wife and how she's doing, and it has something to do with, obviously, organ transplants. Wait till you hear this one.
Is it your friend Delbert Grady?
A fellow fraternity brother. And, wow.
Marshmallow transplant? No?
No. I think he was side by side with me when we had to do that just horrific homoerotic thing to get into the fraternity. Yeah, this makes sense. All I want to do is drink some beer from a keg and go bang sorority girls. Why do we have to do this? Why?
Marshmallow gag.
Opie and Anthony. All right, let's get back to the phones. We're talking about kidney transplants.
Yeah.
It's a big story today in New York. Some dude wants his kidney back that he gave his wife because they're going through a divorce.
Because she was screwing around on him.
Yeah, what a jerk she was, huh?
Oh, wow.
Let's say hi to 13-year-old JC.
I'm on the air. Hey, boys.
Wait a minute.
He's conducting business. He's like, I'm on the air.
Yeah, who are you saying I'm on the air to? Your mom?
No, to my dad because I need him to turn down the radio.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you guys work together, huh?
My bad. Yeah.
So what do you got, JC?
I'm wondering, Aunt, would you give me a kidney?
Oh, that's a good question.
Oh. Why would I give you? Well, it's because he's young and sacrifice for the little youngster. No.
You'll be dying soon of your alcoholism.
As long as you don't need my liver, right?
JC rules. By the way, JC, from now on, I don't care when your birthday is, you're going to always be 13-year-old JC.
All right, works for me.
All right, man. Have fun at school today. What's the big plan today?
Oh, we have this stupid Indian dude who has elephants paint these paintings that look like abstract fat woman pictures. They look just horrible. Doing a speech about how it inspired him in the inside. So I'll be studying for my math test during that.
Yeah.
See, he knows what's important.
Wait till I show you the painting I got there, JC. It might inspire you.
Looks like it came out of the other end of the elephant.
Ah.
All right, man. Have fun at school. Say hi to Dad.
All right. See you later, guys.
All right, man. Let's say hi to Randy in Ohio.
If I have to deal with one more of the... Sorry, Randy, 2 seconds. If I have to deal with one more of them, though, if that kid comes up to me in years to come, you know who I am? Mm-hmm. Remember me? Mm-hmm. I was 13 when I used to call the show. Oh, no, what?
We got 30-year-olds that hang out at the other place.
Yeah.
I started listening to you guys when you were at AAF. I was 16 years old.
I'm
now married with 5 kids.
I get things on MySpace and stuff where people are just like, hey, I used to listen to you guys when you were in Boston. I was 11 and I'm in college and I just graduated. Just like, oh, God.
It's a bit weird. Randy, how are you, buddy?
Doing well, man.
Good. What do you got?
Well, my mother wanted a kidney, needs a kidney, and my sister and I are both perfect matches, and giving her a kidney would be like giving Mickey Mantle or Anthony our liver. So what's funny is she's out tried to take me to court because my sister said that she would do it, but then I went and talked to my sister because my mom is an alcoholic. But they say the alcoholism has just speeded up the process, that she's got some kind of disease. So I talked to my sister, and she has kids, and I have kids. And I said, well, if my mom's got the disease, there's a chance that we might have it, or our kids, they might need the kidney one day, and she's not going to straighten up. She's not going to change.
Yeah, but
so my mom's actually, go ahead.
Yeah, you're just trying to justify the fact that you don't want to give her a kidney. I think I'm kind of with you. If she's an alcoholic and you got kids of your own, I don't think that's a tough call. I think I would pass on that one.
Well, she's tried to take me to court because I talked my sister out of it. Mm-hmm. And since I'm a organ donor on my driver's license, she said, well, I should be doing that anyway. It's really funny around Christmas time because, pass the turkey, give me your kidney.
Right.
Yeah, so that's where we stand. So I wouldn't do it. I would give my sister or her kids or my kids, any day.
Mm-hmm.
Right now.
Well, kids, people and your goddamn kids, you sacrifice everything for them.
Well,
What do they wind up doing?
Your mom sacrificed a lot for you.
She didn't do crap.
She did a lot for you.
She was just doing what she had to do, not what she wanted to do. What are you kidding? She wanted to be out partying all the time. She was. My brother was our babysitter at 7 years old, I think. All right, Joe, watch the kids. Yeah.
Why do you hate kids so much?
They're inconvenient, annoying, disgusting.
Well, a lot of people would agree.
Life wreckers, body wreckers, relationship wreckers, romance wreckers, sex wreckers.
But why do you hate them? Does it go back to when you were being brought up?
No, it really doesn't go back to that. It goes back to the fact that I look at people that have kids, and the only thing they can say, the only positive thing they can say is, once you have them, you just realize how much you just, there's a certain part of you, this love that comes out. Never one thing like, I could send them around and make them wash my car. That, to me, is more viable than this new love that I found in myself for a child. There's this thing, this feeling you get that you just don't know. You get an extra pair of hands around the house once they get old enough. When they're babies, they're useless.
So first you got to understand love. Do you understand love?
I understand love. I gave it a shot a few times. But kids, no. Love between a guy and a girl in love is a different thing than this love between a parent and child. The love between a parent and child is this obligation. Mm-hmm. It's this obligated love that you have because you made something.
Let me ask you
made
something.
a pet. You made a pet that has an opposable thumb and a brain.
Were you, now that some time has passed, were you ever in love with, your ex-wife or the long relationship you have with the
ex-wife? Never.
Never.
The long relationship? Sure.
Okay.
But the ex-wife? No.
Well, with the ex-wife,
never in love.
You have said on the show, so it's safe to say that you guys were close to maybe trying to have a kid. But you didn't agree. But you didn't agree with having kids. So what was going on in your head?
That was during the Anthony, I'll do anything to stop the conflict phase of Anthony.
And you thought that would stop the conflict?
That Anthony, by the way, is dead and buried.
No kidding.
Dead and buried. Now it's conflict.
Yeah.
If I feel I need to conflict.
It's the Opie and Gaza show.
Yes, exactly. Don't lob any missiles at me.
But that wouldn't have solved the conflict.
No,
it would have made it way worse.
Well, that's why.
Knowing you wouldn't have a kid, then there'd be some
That's why I would go like, oh, and not be done.
But wouldn't she figure it out later that you were
faking?
Oh, hell yeah.
With the ex?
I didn't want her pregnant. What are you kidding?
You were pretending
Yeah.
To try to
my
make
God.
I guess you could say pretended to try to make one.
Make her pregnant.
He was standing outside of a fire, just pointing a hose, yelling "whoosh."
Exactly.
There you go. You summarized
Ain't
that
gonna
one.
catch me.
So then, all right.
Because that was close to the end anyway.
But let me go with that. So now she assumes the act is over.
Yeah.
But you still,
Yeah.
you still have to get rid of the poison,
I got to get up and go to the bathroom.
and then you would,
I'll be right back.
and then you'd,
I'll go and think of someone else.
yeah, and then you would try to get the toilet pregnant.
Yes. Yeah. Wow. Oh, yeah. The trap on that toilet must have looked like the Jell-O pudding vanilla factory. I
Clayton,
didn't want a kid. What? I didn't want one. I just saw guys having kids, and it would just.
but that's why you got married, because you saw everyone else getting married, and you felt like, well, I got to get married, I guess.
Yeah, to be an adult. And then the kid thing was not my idea. We had like this plan, this like long range plan. It was like, all right, get married. After like 3 years of marriage, that's like, all right, we can have fun for 3 years, and then we'll work on kids. But then I started getting into radio, and then I was like, I got this career just coming up. I can't be doing this. We're going to have to alter the plan. And boy, did I keep altering that plan.
You sure did, my friend.
Until there was a massive blowout, and it was like, all right, it's time. And then it was like, oh, no one's getting pregnant here. What's the story? Go to a fertility doctor and have everything checked out. I, meanwhile, have like, my cells look like the Nazis at Nuremberg in like 39.
I have to interrupt, though, because you were doing what you just explained a few minutes ago.
Yep.
So she's assuming that you guys are definitely trying.
But there's a problem.
And now all of a sudden at dinner or something, you got to go, well, we've been trying for a while. So
I didn't say that. I was like, no. She's like, oh, well, something we might have to go, check this out and see if there's a problem with one or the other. The guy looked under the microscope at mine, and they looked back at him with angry eyes. I'm raring to go.
And the doctor looks at you. He looks under the microscope, sees what really is going on, looks at you and gives you a wink like, all right, I've seen this one before.
Mine are all on, like, Nautilus machines.
Taking steroids. They're rocking.
Oh, rocking.
That's right.
Everything seemed to be in order, so it was just like, I don't know.
They're all trying to take on Michael Phelps. They're just having swimming competitions.
Yeah. And then they're like, oh, maybe you need some kind of vitamins.
Really?
They said. So then there was this whole vitamin thing, and
did you go with the vitamins?
I'll go with anything. I knew what the real story was.
Yep, sock full of tapioca.
Exactly.
You are classic, man.
I didn't want any kids.
All
or
these
any
years,
conflict.
I never knew. Well, I sort of knew a little of this, but I didn't realize to what extent.
Yeah.
Did she ever get checked out?
Yeah.
And they saw that she was all right?
Yep. Everything should have been hunky-dory.
How long did you do that for?
Oh, my God.
Oh, it was quite a while.
More than 6 months?
Yeah, about that. And then it got to the point where it's just kind of, things were, meh.
Dude, she had to know, though, because, I mean, when you do that with a...
Yeah, there's kind of
afterwards, you kind of know that...
A byproduct
Thank
or
you.
something, but...
Yes.
I would just make it seem like, I don't even know how to put this, and I'm pretty good at doing this, but I would make it seem like it was inaccessible for her. I would make it seem like that should have been in her chest somewhere. like you're really not gonna find much.
You give the impression that you had opened the warehouse door and just lobbed that ping pong way into the back of the warehouse.
Way in the back of the warehouse.
She bought that?
Hey, whatever.
She had to know.
Why would anyone fake?
She's probably in denial, too. She had to know. Come on.
I don't know.
Come on.
Doesn't matter to me now.
And you can't move, though. After you fake, what happens is you kind of have to stay put for a little while.
There you go. See, Jimmy knows.
Of course.
Right.
I faked the other way.
Yeah.
I didn't do nothing.
What's wrong with you? All right, running down the phones because we don't have time. Clayton in Ohio. I agree with Ant, and I have a kid.
And Dave from New York is the typical fell asleep next to the bean pod in Invasion of the Body Snatchers guy.
Right. Let's go to Dave.
Hey, Dave.
How are you guys? Good morning.
Good morning, Dave.
And I just want to comment. I mean, when I was younger, I was wild and enjoyed myself as much as anybody. I used to go out on Friday night to clubs and not go straight to work on Monday morning. But I have 2 little boys of my own now. Let me tell you, it's that coming home, I drive a truck for a living, and I deal with a bunch of idiots all day in New York. And I could have the most miserable day, but when I come home and open that door, my 19-month-old comes running over to me with his arms open. It is the greatest feeling in the world. It just washes everything away.
Well,
it really does.
Good for you. I'm very happy for you and everything, and good for you, but...
Are you happy for people that have kids and they seem very happy?
No, because their kids annoy me.
Other people's kids annoy me too. But when it comes to like your brother's kids or your sister's kids, it's a whole different thing.
Oh, they're fine because they're like little babies and stuff, but they'll annoy me at some point. They'll annoy me.
Yeah, but
like I said,
you don't have to live with them, though.
Yeah.
There's times that I wish that they can be annoying. There's times that I say to myself, boy, I wish I could send these kids home at the end of the day. But all in all, when it's all said and done, I look back at it, these kids actually saved my life. Because if I was still living the life that I was living, I'd be dead. Or I'd be totally
so.
life.
Yeah.
You never know.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Chris C. from Virginia. Thank you, Chris C. He writes, Michael Phelps, glad to see you've updated your sperm metaphors, Opie. Because we've talked about this over the years, and I always go with Mark Spitz.
Mark Spitz.
But thank you. I'm glad Chris C. is paying attention out there. You got to update these things. Or you sound like the old dude on the radio. You know, the old dude that talks about 1970s football.
Yeah. Lily.
Exactly. Well, here's this annoying bitch. Lydia, Oceanside.
Yeah, she's going to...
More psychobabble.
Analyze me.
Go ahead, Lydia.
Go ahead, Freud.
Good morning, boys.
Hello. Hi, Lydia.
Anthony, it seems to me that you've spent most of your adult life trying not to be that crying boy in the back of the car. Having children would just bring you so much closer to that. I understand why you don't want children. It must be very, very frightening.
Frightening?
This is why I will never go to a therapist.
I would sit there and
if she sat there and talked to me like this, I'd be like, ugh.
Why are you so frightened of kids? And then I'd have to, like, eventually I'd have to go, I'm frightened. You're right, Dr. Lydia. I'm so frightened. No.
And then she would have to say something like, well, it looks like we had a breakthrough today. This is good.
This is good.
You're letting it all out.
I am scared of having children. No.
That's exactly what I would say. And then I would say, okay, our time is up. See you next week.
Yeah. Bend you over the desk.
And in the back of your head, you're going, ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. Another sucker, ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching.
Never.
Ka-ching.
In the back of my head, I would be thinking, how sad.
I don't think Ant's scared of having kids. I think he just doesn't want them. I think that it's like there's a stress, this emphasis put on having children, like there's something wrong with you if you don't want them.
They wreck things.
He doesn't want them. Ant's not crazy about kids. I'm sure he's nice to his nieces, nephews, but he doesn't want them. And what's weird about that? Good for you. I don't either.
And he shouldn't have them. If you don't want children, you shouldn't have them. But you guys were wondering why he hates them.
Yeah.
Because children are vulnerable, and Anthony has spent his whole life trying not to be vulnerable again.
What does venerable mean, though?
Venerable.
You mean vulnerable?
Vulnerable means weak and open to.
Oh, I was just wondering where the L went.
Yeah.
But do you think that he's fearful of being vulnerable?
Venerable.
Idiot.
Yes, I do. I think he's fearful of being vulnerable.
Why can't somebody just be skipping through life, enjoying themselves, and knowing that children would completely change that, and I wouldn't be having fun?
Yeah. I have no problem with that.
Why, if I want to grab somebody and wing on down to the Bahamas and stay in Atlantis for a week straight and not have to worry about a kid, why can't it just be that I enjoy that compared to toting around baby stuff everywhere you go. Why can't it just be that? Why has it always got to be some fear or venerability?
And I'm with you to that point. Well, I have the problem with, but
Exactly.
you don't think people could be happy after they have kids, though?
No, I think they can, but I think they always look back at the time before kids, and not always,
Right.
but a majority of the time, look back before they had kids, and that's when they had their real fun.
Okay.
And you have to write that off because now your whole life, and I'm talking about relationships too, because I know there are guys out there, and there's exceptions to the rule. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying everybody, but there are so many women that become mothers, and they're no longer wives or girlfriends. They are moms. You're now living with your own mother or some crap like that because she's totally dedicated to the kids, and you are now way down on the old totem pole as far as pleasure goes. And I don't need that crap.
All right.
It's certainly
About
hard
me.
when you want to be the center of attention.
It is.
But of
I'm
course,
special.
That's what children do, Anthony. They want to be
To
the
me.
center of
All right.
attention.
That's what I am then. I'm a big child. Wah, wah, wah.
Hold on.
Shut up. I hate you.
Well, we got John in Buffalo on with Lydia in Oceanside. John, what do you got to add to this conversation?
Well, I just looked up narcissistic personality disorder because I think Anthony has it. And I just want, there's 9 criteria, and if a person has 5 or more, they're thought to have it. And I wanted to ask Opie and Jimmy if these fit Anthony, if they know him.
All right, let's hear some of these.
Okay.
See if I'm a narcissist.
Number 1.
Shut up, Lydia.
No, hold on, Lydia. What?
I'm just kidding. Hey, why don't you get that woman off? She sucks.
I know.
Well, are you?
One.
Hold on. Are you one of these psycho guys too?
Oh, no, I just looked up narcissist because I think Anthony's a narcissist.
I want to take the test.
All right,
let's
take
do
the
the test,
test
sir.
and be like legit here.
All right, number 1, has a grandiose sense of self-importance.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll answer him honestly.
2, is preoccupied with fantasies of unlimited success, power, brilliance, beauty, or ideal love.
Absolutely.
Okay. 3, believes that he or she is special and unique.
Yep. I'm being completely honest.
This test, by the way, dude, is not convincing me of anything. But go ahead. 4.
4, requires excessive admiration.
Yep.
5, has a sense of entitlement.
Certainly.
6, is interpersonally exploitive.
Wait a minute. What?
What's that mean?
That's not true.
Shut up,
Anthony is not a
Lydia.
narcissist.
Lydia, what's that mean? Interpersonally exploitive.
It means you use other people for your benefit without any thought about their feeling as individual human beings.
Okay, that's something I'll say no at. Because I don't do that all the time.
That's good to hear.
I do it with people I don't like, but.
Now, 7's a no-brainer. This is what we're talking about now. Lacks empathy. In other words, if
No,
you say-
I don't lack empathy. I'm very empathetic to certain people and their
Certain, yeah.
plights.
Well, yeah, don't you think that saying anybody who has kids is miserable is saying that basically a large percentage of the human race is miserable?
Anthony's not a narcissistic personality disorder.
He doesn't empathize with people who have children, but it doesn't mean that he doesn't have empathy.
Yeah.
He just thinks that people who have kids should all be kind of lined up and shot. I mean, that's
Right.
Anthony's odd view, but that doesn't make him a narcissist.
Let's roll through the rest of them. What are they?
8, is often envious of others or believes others are envious of him or her.
All right, I'll give you that one. Marginal, sometimes.
8, shows, or 9, this is the final one, so I guess you've already qualified. Shows arrogant, haughty behaviors or attitudes.
Yeah, okay, I could be arrogant.
Wow.
All right, so.
That's such a vague test, though, bro, that everyone, especially with thoughts of success and all that, like everyone fantasizes about being better at what they do or making more money.
But I am.
Of course you are. I was only talking about you.
All right, touch it out.
All right, thank you, John.
Trudy's right. It has to be above and
Of
beyond
course I'm
what
right.
a normal person would do.
I'm entitled.
Above and beyond the normal fantasies of success and everything.
Yeah.
Right, Anthony's not a narcissistic personality disorder.
He's more of a sociopath.
Yeah.
He
A
is
little
not.
narcissism.
All right, Lydia.
Hurt little boy. okay.
We're done with you. Do not
I'm
send us a
hurt
bill.
little boy.
I don't disagree with Lydia.
Yeah, I could be a hurt little boy. Anybody in any type of show business are hurt little boys or girls. That's what we all are. That's what makes us pursue this crap.
Have a wonderful day, guys.
And you have a wonderful day, too.
You do the same.
Thank you.
Hey, Lydia.
Yes.
We got to take a break.
Yeah, we got to go,
Brent's
Lydia.
going nuts.
Get lost.
His hair's falling out. He's going
Falling. It's leaping off his forehead with parachutes.
Speaking of which, in about 10 seconds, we get to hear what Stunt Brain's going to do for his horrendous hair loss. Stay there, Opie and Anthony. I know we're moving on. We were talking about transplants, but people are asking still. So, my friend from college, going back a little bit here, my fellow fraternity brother, a good friend of mine. We've lost touch over the years, unfortunately. He lives far away. He's got a family and kids, and I'm down here. But
see, why can't he just come down and visit you?
Actually,
that's right. He's got kids.
No, he actually does a pretty good job for someone that has kids. Yeah, he still lives his life. But his young wife at the time, because now this goes back a few years, had some ridiculous rare disease that was pretty much shutting down her heart and her lungs.
Yikes.
Extremely rare disease. So she was on the donor list, and they were on standby where they were going to get the call at any moment for her to get a new heart and new lungs.
It's amazing.
And she was, I don't even think she was 30.
Just amazing.
She get it?
Can do that.
So time went by, a few false calls, and false calls? What am I saying?
False alarms.
False alarms, thank you. And they finally got the call. They had the jet waiting and everything. Don't want to really say where he's from, and they got her into this hospital. She got a new heart and 2 new lungs. And a mere less than a month later, they're down here in New York City, and I go out to dinner with them around the Christmas holiday.
Wow. And she's smoking and drinking.
And I'm sitting there, and I got to be honest, and he's a good friend of mine, but I was completely creeped out. Very happy for him. Extremely happy for him.
Yeah.
But creeped out because I'm sitting there and I can't get past the fact that she is living because she's got someone else's heart and lungs. Kidney. When you hear someone has a kidney or something, it doesn't freak me out as much. But I'm sitting there like, I hear her breathing because she's still getting used to her new lungs. So you hear kind of, her.
Whoa.
I can't really do the noise, but she's.
Man is playing God.
Right. And she's kind of breathing with someone else's lungs, and she's still learning how to use her new lungs. And I'm sitting there like, wow. Wow.
That's something.
Wow. And she had a grand old time. She was getting around. She ate a fine meal. She wasn't boozing or anything.
No, huh?
And then they went back to their hotel, and I was just stupefied. I was like, this is just unbelievable. Can you imagine?
No, and I don't want to.
Huh? No, I don't know.
No, and I don't want to.
No, I don't want to imagine that ever.